For thousands of years, women have been able to detect a man's vitality without a single word. Semen retention supercharges that signal. When a man is always draining himself, he's not truly unlocking the potential that he has to accomplish the things in his life that he wants and to attract the women that he wants. Women can feel that you're wasting your energy. They can feel that you're watching the sights. They can feel that you're fapping. They can feel that you don't have that masculine edge that every man naturally has. But in today's age, we've been trained that it is good, it's cool, it's normal to be weak, that it's normal to fap, that it's good, that it's actually healthy. People actually promote that it's healthy to fap, to watch porn, to do all these things. And I think it's very hard for us men to actually rocket out of that situation and come into a new situation where we're strong, we're powerful like we should be. The whole society has been moving towards weakening the man, and that's kind of where this whole feminist movement comes from. It's to weaken the man. It's not so much to uplift the woman. A lot of it comes from a more dark place of wanting to weaken the masculine, to feel more powerful. But as the masculine, we're here to be the most powerful. We're here actually to provide and protect for the world. But when we're trained to be weak, when we're trained not to be masculine, when we're trained just to indulge and release all the time, then it's really doing a disservice to humanity. Even if other people, women, other groups of people want men to be weaker, it's really doing a disservice to the all. We're not supposed to be weak as men. And if you're a man, you probably feel the times that something isn't right. Like, we don't have a purpose as men. Like, there's nothing to go against. There's no cause that's worth fighting for. There's nothing that's worth doing. And women these days feel like they just want to drain you of your energy. But there's a solution. You do not have to go down that path that everyone is going down. There's another path. There's a light that you can follow. And it's not the path that everyone's promoting. It's not the path the feminist movement is promoting. It's not the path that mainstream media is promoting. It's a different path, and it's a path of retention. You've been giving away your best substance for years and years and years, and you wonder why you're lost and confused and you don't have female attraction or respect from other people. It's not because there's something wrong with you. It's not because you lost your essence as a man. It's because you've been doing the activities that all these other groups of people and women have been promoting, that society has been saying is okay and normal and you should do it. But in this video, I'm going to give you several reasons of why you should not release and why you should retain your seed and how it actually is going to bring back that energy and that female attraction and respect from females and males alike. So if you've fallen into this modern trap that men shouldn't be masculine, that men shouldn't have restraint, that men shouldn't have temperance, that men should just go after their pleasures and just enjoy life, if you've fallen into this modern trap of weakening men, then you're going to want to understand how it really helps you to get back to this masculine frame of retaining your seed and becoming a real man again. So we're living in an energy economy. This means that every interaction you have, someone is either taking your energy or giving you energy. And ideally, there should be a balance there. But in today's modern age, especially with women, it's all about taking. It's all about taking the man's energy, taking his money, taking his life force, taking his focus, taking everything from him, and not giving anything back. Now, when you start to practice semen retention, you start to realize this energy leak in society, in women, in everything, in dating, in all these things that you're doing. You're starting to realize, oh my God, there's all these energy leaks everywhere I'm going. When you actually start to practice semen retention, you start demanding that other people give you stuff back. They give you energy back. They give you focus back. They give you love back. They give you respect back. They give you everything back that you're giving to them, because you're not cheap anymore, because you retain your most vital fluid, and people can feel that off of you. You're not just like all these other guys that are just releasing, just chasing a dopamine high. Instead, you're a guy that has standards. You're a guy that's not cheap and that has a high price to his time and attention and what he gives. Therefore, if you actually practice semen retention, you're going to start realizing that women and people in general start respecting you more. They start respecting what you're giving them more, and they start to want to give more back to you. This also goes into my next point, that you become the gatekeeper when you practice semen retention. Most guys, they think that women are the gatekeepers to intimacy, to love, to romance, and all these things. Most guys feel like a victim. Like, women, they just say yes or no, and I have to work so much to put in all this energy to try to win her approval so she lets me have a little bit of intimacy intimacy, a little bit of connection, a little bit of sexual pleasure, and I need to put in so much energy because she is the gatekeeper. But when you start respecting yourself, you respect your seed, you respect your energy, you respect your masculine essence, you actually start to become the gatekeeper. And it's a really crazy flip. It's a different frame. It's a different idea. Women start to see, oh my God, this guy is not so easy. He's retaining his seed. Even if you sleep with a woman, you do not have to release your seed. And a lot of times, if you don't release your seed, even if you sleep with a woman, she will be thinking, why did he not release his seed? Am I not good enough? Do I have to work harder for it? And women actually start to chase you. You start to become the gatekeeper. You start to become the one who can say yes or no, who you're going to let in, who you're going to give your essence to, who you're going to give your energy to, and focus on. There's an invisible signal. Women can sense it off you. You don't have to talk about it. You don't have to tell the woman that, oh, I'm doing this semen retention thing and I'm getting a lot of energy from it. You don't have to say a single word of it. She will feel it off of you. There's a signal that's coming off of you. And women can feel if you're a man that's fapping and watching the sites all the time. And likewise, she can feel if you're a man that's truly walking the path and not indulging in empty pleasures, chasing a high. She can tell that, oh my God, this is like a very different man. There's something about him that's different than all the other men. Because in the normal dating market, you're competing with 99.99% of men. But when you start practicing semen retention, you stop competing with 99.99% of men. You become a very, very rare breed. There's not a lot of men out here doing this. Very few men are doing this. Probably less than 1% of men are actually practicing semen retention. So when you actually do it, you actually get rid of the sites, you get rid of the corn, you get rid of the self-pleasure, and you just stay to the path. You're in a totally different league of men. There's very few men that have the same energy that you have, and women can sense it. Women are masters at detecting little subtle cues off of people, off of men specifically. So when you're actually practicing this, maybe they're not smelling something off of you, but they're noticing you have different behavior than the normal 99% of men. You are special, you are different, and they see that. Even if you're not the most attractive man, even if you don't have the most amount of money, there's something about you that is different than 99% of men. It puts you in a totally different category. You stop becoming a prey and you start becoming the predator. See, modern feminist movements and modern dating, modern culture in general wants you to become this nice little prey that doesn't have any claws, that can't go out there and actually take what he wants and go after what he wants and do what he wants. Even this type of language, it feels like I shouldn't even talk about this. Like I shouldn't even use this type of language because that's how weak they've made men. That's how weak modern feminism and modern culture has made men, to the point where men feel like they can't even talk about these things. When you practice semen retention, you stop being the prey and you start being the predator. You start being the wolf. You stop being that reactive kind of guy that's scared, that's walking on eggshells. Oh my God, I can't say the wrong thing or she's gonna get mad at me. And you start putting down your foot. You start doing what you want, saying what you want, meaning what you say, and saying what you mean. And you become scarce. You're not just any other guy, like I said. Scarcity is power. When you are not every other guy, you have power because you are rare. You are a rare breed. You're not just like any other guy anymore. You're different. And over time, if you practice this, I know a lot of guys are going to say, well, I tried it for a week. I tried it for a month. I tried it for 3 months. This is a long-term thing. It's not something you just do for a week and you're going to be like Superman overnight. You have to live like this as a lifestyle. It's just as much physical as it is mental, and it takes time for your mind to change. It takes time for your thoughts to change. Even if you stop fapping, if you stop watching the sites, you still might be having behaviors of a fapper, of a guy that watches sites. But over time, you're going to start to feel different and you're going to start to act different, and the whole frame reverses. You stop being the one that needs to put in all the efforts. There's an effort reversal. Before, when you were fapping, when you were chasing validation, when you were chasing intimacy, you were putting in all the efforts. When you actually start to value your essence, you actually start to value your seed, the woman has to put in effort because you're radiating energy, you're radiating discipline, and she realizes the only way that she's going to get you is if she puts in a little effort as well. She'll fight to keep that energy around her because so few men have it. Once you make that shift, you're going to notice all these things start to change. So that's pretty much it for this video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you liked the video. I'll see you later, and until the next video, bye.